What does it mean to be chosen? At an early age, I learned the word chosen. My parents spoke openly and honestly about me being chosen. Not just loved, chosen. In fact, they said, Nancy, you were chosen twice. We chose you, and God chose you, which I thought was pretty cool. You see, I'm adopted, and my parents wanted to make sure that they instilled in me a sense of belonging, a sense of home. And they taught me the truth of where I get that security. That truth is, I get my security from Jesus Christ and my relationship with him, trusting that he has my best interests in mind, even when life does not make sense. Well, I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, and I don't know exactly which one of the pictures that see, there I am. As you can tell, my parents, every time they adopted a child, got a little bit lighter in skin tone, but I was rocking the mohawk. That was me. So I can remember that, people would say, oh, your sister and you look just alike. And I would say, no, we don't, we're adopted. Which my sister would turn to me lovingly, hit me in the arm and say, shut up. So I was always comfortable with being adopted. Yes, there were times growing up in a community of all Dutch dairy people where sometimes people would say something negative about me being adopted, to which my response would be, I know, if you're not Dutch, you're not much, but my parents chose me and yours had to take what they got. So, when I was 12, I learned what abortion truly entailed. And for Mother's Day, I wrote into the newspaper. That was before social media, and it took actually a while for that to come out. And I thanked my biological mom for giving me life and for being really selfless. That was the first moment of true clarity for me. I really was chosen. Well, right after I got married, I received a phone call that pretty much rocked my world. Imagine this, I was rushing into work. I was late because of traffic. Nobody understands that, right? And I pick up the phone and I hear, hi, Nancy, my name is Christine, and I'm a friend of your birth mother's. Silence on my end. I literally inside was internally thinking, this is not happening. Oh my goodness, this doesn't happen to people like me because I'm fine. I'm fine where God has me. I don't need this. I don't need closure. I'm good. We're good. We're good. Okay. All right. Hi. Not mad at all. Just shocked. And to be completely honest, it took a little while for that to kind of process through in my life. And it took me several weeks to contact my birth mom. Well, we met. And let me tell you a little something about meeting somebody you've never known before, but you are exactly alike. It is the weirdest experience. We looked alike, we talked alike, we moved alike. If she was on the stage, it would be a 17-year-older version of me. So, a little bizarre. It's been several years since we met, and she is like an older sister to me. Like I said, she was 17 years older. And I've learned a few things about myself. Here we go. I am the oldest child. I am an only child. And I am the youngest child, all wrapped up in one package. I know, it explains a little bit about me. About 7 years after I met Cheryl, she sent me a card that let me in on some pretty powerful information about how God had used me in her life. You see, she was pretty broken and had walked down some difficult life experiences. And some of them were self-inflicted and some weren't. Well, long story short, I had no clue what the first letter I wrote to her would do in her life. My first question to her was, do you know Jesus? Because if you don't, I need to tell you about my best friend. Well, long story short, God used that. God used the child that she chose to give life, chose to give up, the child who quite honestly brought a lot of pain into her life without even going through the teenage years, I might add. He used me to bring her back into a relationship with him. I think that's pretty powerful. It was like a full circle. So long story short, adoption is woven all throughout the Bible. Moses and Esther were both adopted, and God used both of them and gave them inconvenient opportunities to protect and save his people. In Galatians 4, verses 4 and 5, it says, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, that we might receive adoption to sonship. That means we are all chosen. I truly believe that Romans 8:28 fits every one of our lives, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. We have all been chosen to be used daily by God for his good. Long story short, sometimes that doesn't make sense. Sometimes you're sailing along and everything seems well, but sometimes he likes to throw a few inconvenient opportunities your way, let you know that he wants you to use your chosenness. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this message. Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Learn more at biola.edu.